Alrighty, people are tuning in. Welcome to our popternative Instagram live that we are going to be doing with Brady Hepner, Jacob Moran, and Tristan Pravong. We just got to get them to come in. I'm going to invite Jacob. What's going on?
How's it going?
What's going on?
Well, what's going on? Let's just get Tristan in here.
How have you been?
I have been well.
Sweet.
There we
Let's
go.
go. Let's just see. I sent him an invite.
All right.
So let's go. It's good to see you guys. It feels like it was. It feels like it's been a minute since we talked last.
It does. It feels like it's been forever. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a
Yeah.
very, very busy couple of months, so that's good.
Oh, absolutely. So I invited Tristan.
Is he on yet?
He
Oh.
should be on any minute. We literally just hopped off of FaceTime.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So for everyone tuning in, there's already 12,000 people watching this, which is pretty crazy.
Pretty big number.
Already, yeah.
Already.
Yeah, we're just gonna do an Instagram live. We're gonna take some fan questions. You guys were at Halloween Nights of Horror, so I want to ask questions about that, which is awesome. But we just gotta wait for Tristan.
Can we do something real quick? My live feed is messed up right now. Is it cool if I leave and then join right back?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, give
I'm
me
just
literally 30 seconds.
Yeah, no worries. James, did you see when I did the Instagram with like the bullies with like Brady, Jordan, and did you see all the notifications that happened? Did you see
That
that?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that anyone could hear it. I thought like I could just hear it. And I was like freaking out because like my mom texted me, like, all right, what's going on with you? Like, why does your phone keep buzzing? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't know you guys could hear that.
Yeah, it was pretty well. Hey, Tristan, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It's good to see you. It feels like a long time since the last time we spoke.
Yeah, it's been a while. It has been a while. Yeah.
It's really, really crazy. Is it a cool thing where you guys like reunite basically for Halloween Horror Nights and everything? Like, does it feel like you just like it feels like yesterday sometimes, like on set, or does it feel like you haven't seen each other for a while when you meet up?
Yeah. It felt like a while because I haven't seen Tristan in a while.
hmm
So that was like the first time since the premiere. But yeah, it was so much fun.
hmm
Absolutely.
for me, like it feels like a while because you wait for so long to anticipate the moment to see each other again.
Yeah,
But when you start talking again, it feels like nothing changed at all.
absolutely. Okay, so we're all here. So
Oh,
I guess I guess this live is officially started. We got Jacob Moran who plays Billy. We got Tristan Pravong who plays Bruce, and we got Brady Hepner who plays Vance. We're here for the Popternative Instagram live. Thank you to everyone who has been watching all our Black Phone interviews and our other non-Black Phone interviews as well. But that's all over at youtube.com/popternative. So if you're not subscribed, check that out. Gentlemen, thank you for doing this. It's great to catch up with all of you, and I'm excited to get this started. So thank you.
Of
yeah.
course, thanks for having
Thanks
us
for
back
having
on.
us.
No problem. So yeah, Hollywood Nights of Horror. That looked like a lot of fun. I feel like that has just been kind of anticipation. I feel like Jacob, we talked about that, or Bruce, I think we talked about that where there was like that teaser about that the
hmm
Black Phone was going to be involved somehow, and then you finally
hmm
went to it. So,
Yeah.
Tristan, how was it, Tristan? Like, how was going to it?
you mean like Halloween Horror Nights and all that?
Yeah, Halloween Horror Nights, absolutely.
That was like really, really fun. Oh my gosh, that was probably one of the best days I've
Yeah.
ever lived. Because you get to uh come together with your best friends, where you guys have built this franchise together, and then you get to enjoy this experience where you get to see a maze that was built for a movie that you guys got to share, and
Mhm.
then you got to ride all the rides and meet a lot of fans, which is really just a special experience that you don't get to experience a lot of times, and really, really
Absolutely.
awesome. Yeah.
Anyone want to add to that, Brady?
Yeah, I mean, just to go back on what Tristan said, filming the movie, the first step of us not really knowing where it was going to go, then to the release, and then to our big fan bases now to kind of go into Halloween Horror Nights to see the house that they've created based on something that we've done. It's totally surreal. I mean, I remember we went through it the first time. All the lights were on. No actors were in there because they were just showing what it was. And I remember, the first time we went into it with everybody dressed up, getting ready to scare us, we knew it was all coming, and it still terrified us.
It's still like scared.
Yeah, but to have this experience and just let everybody go through the same thing we did, it was really cool.
Yeah, I'd say going there since I was a kid and like going to Universal parks, like seeing the haunted house of a movie that you were in, like seeing yourself in it too, like seeing the posters, especially the Vance.
That was crazy.
Oh my gosh, that was scary. It was so, and then all the different grabber masks too. They had them all in there. It was really put together so well.
I think that prediction might come true, Brady. I think someone's going to dress up as bats for Halloween. I think that clip is going to work.
I've been tagged in all sort of cosplays already, even months back. So, people dressing up as Vance outside of Halloween coming up is like really crazy. And then I think towards like the last 20 minutes of us being in the parks, we met people that were dressed up as Finney, dressed up as Vance, dressed up as the Grabber, and that was really cool. Just to see the impact that we've had on other people. It's always something to just have this reflection on yourself. And so I'm truly blessed with it, but it was special.
So who out of the three, with like the haunted houses and everything, were you all kind of equally scared at certain moments? Was there someone that was a little bit more scared? Like how would you?
Okay, so towards the beginning, I would say that we all got scared. Like we were all like grabbing each other's shoulders walking into the Black Phone house the first time. But I think as the night progressed, as we started to mess with each other more and more, I feel like Tristan kind of got scared because when we would go through the house, I would be behind him and I would like grab him and then just shake him and he'd scream just to mess with him. But I think Tristan got scared the most.
I think he got offended because he left the live.
It's his Wi-Fi. It's
he's
all
just
good.
like, he's probably like, that's not true, I'm leaving.
Yeah, exactly. he's typing on a story right now.
No, it's super cool. There he is. He's back.
No. Wait a second. No, yeah. No, I was just gonna say, yeah, they're right. I had the whole time through all the mazes and stuff, I had to like walk with the guard up. Like I was walking, I had to walk behind somebody. I had to hold on to somebody's shirt. I had to keep my guard up. So
Tristan had full guard ready.
But like,
yeah,
it was coming too, because like you'd see the, then you're like, oh, they're gonna pop out right there. So you just like look, and they'd be like, bang. But then
Can you imagine the people working though? Like they're waiting to scare you, and then they see.
Do that. I want to do that so bad.
Imagine, especially like the staff who like sit in there and they like wait, like they didn't. Like, how do you like let strobe lights and like?
Yes, they just stand there like this the entire time, just like looks like they're exhausted or everything, and I kind of feel bad. Like that's got to be heavily exhausting on yourself.
I bet the conversations are funny though, where they could tell like from far, like, oh, this is the guy I'm going to target right now.
Exactly.
Like nothing's happened, and this person's like, what was that?
Exactly. No, it was so cool. And then I liked when I don't know, when they would point at someone, because when you see someone screaming, their first instinct is, I'm gonna chase you. So we're just watching people just being chased around by the characters, and it was hilarious.
No, it's awesome. We're gonna get to some fan questions because there's over 190 questions I gotta look into right now. But before we do that, I just want to say, the consistency of the love from all around the world for the Black Phone has just been incredible, and it literally has been nonstop. So I just kind of want all three of you very quickly. We did this when we interviewed the Black Phone Bullies. We'll start with Tristan. Anything specifically, thank you or shout out wise, you want to say to the Black Phone fans from all around the world that are tuning in right now?
I just want to say thank you guys, because I know, you have time zones and they're across the world and they're taking time out of their sleep to probably watch us. And a lot of them might have school and all that stuff. And they take the time out of their day to watch lives like these and all that. So for them to take that time, it's a great honor. And we hope to give them a really good entertainment session and all that. And thank you guys, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jacob, what about you?
Yeah, I'd say thank you, of course. And I thought it was super cool when we went to Universal and someone was waiting by one of the rides who flew from Brazil to us. And I thought that was like one of the coolest things. So if you're watching this live, thank you so much for coming. And we really appreciate it, because I know people came from like Connecticut, like Pennsylvania, and just like the dedication you guys have, and like just thank you so much. It's so surreal for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you.
Jacob pretty much nailed that on the bud. I was going to say, coming from outside of the state by itself and from another country is wild. I'm just blessed that we got to find them and say hi to them, because I would have felt awful if someone flew from anywhere to come see us. They didn't get the chance. So yeah, shout out to the family from Brazil. I remember the mom was wearing a blue Brazil soccer jersey. So if you guys are watching this, thank you again, and just thank you for everyone to spend money on flying out to see us. That was
thank you. And buying the
Sorry, what'd you say, Jacob?
Oh, I say, and thank you for getting tickets to come see it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So we should get to some fan questions, because
Yes,
there are a ton of them. So I think this is a good one to start with, and we'll start with Brady with this one. Favorite scene to film in the Black Phone?
okay. So I think the obvious, just because I like high intensity stuff, would be the fight scene and the shopping. Yep. I think that was really cool, because that was my first experience with stunts and fighting on scene. So that was definitely fun. I also liked the basement scene with Finney, because that was another stunt I had to do with the wires being pulled back in the air. That was really cool to see how the CGI turned out of me flipping around. I would say those were probably my top two.
Tristan, I'm wondering. I think I might know what like, because you said this on popternative. Let's see if it's the same one.
I don't know. Here's the thing about all the scenes that I filmed. They're all so special in their same way. For me to like slim it down to one, it's like so hard. The only thing I can really do is say like, oh yeah, I mean these were really cool. I don't know if I could pick a favorite, because each one has so much value to it that I just can't. It's in a different way.
It's the baseball scene.
Yeah,
just
I was about to say that one.
smoking that home run.
Yeah. The baseball one was so cool. I think what made it so cool was getting to see everybody that came together to make that scene. I mean, you have me, Mason, all the baseball players, and the crowd, and you all come together and you work as a team to make an environment that really makes it like a baseball game. And I really felt like I was in a baseball game. And I was like, that's so cool how production companies, film production, they do all that and they make these things feel so real. And that was just so cool to me. And the rain scene, that was really cool. That was a really starstruck moment for me, seeing like all the crane machines pouring rain. It was like a flash jump scare towards the end of the movie, and that was really cool.
I feel like that's a good point, though, because I feel like all the scenes that your characters are in, a lot of them are also very different, too, if you think about it, right? So I feel like it might be very hard to pick your favorite. Jacob, do you have one or two specifically?
I really loved everything in the basement. Like mainly everything, and off screen too, like talking on the phone, even though I wasn't being like on camera, being outside of the basement talking to Mason on the phone was still super cool. And I'd say for sure the rain, that was super fun, and all the biking stuff I got to do with the dog was cool,
Yeah.
and the newspaper scenes. So yeah, I really everything I filmed was just so awesome.
Absolutely. Here's another question coming in. I really like this one. We can't read it, but it was basically someone was asking because you did a horror movie, right? So you can cross horror movie off the kind of resume for all three of you. What's another genre that you would like to work in that you have not worked in yet, Brady?
I think an action movie, like a big Mission Impossible thing, would be really cool.
Mhm.
The stunts that Tom Cruise gets to do is something that I want to build my way up to, because I think holding on to like a side of a plane while it's flying is
Yeah.
I would love to do that. And then other things like comedy, those other genres. I want to try to check off every box if I can, but I'd say action
Yeah.
and comedy are probably the top two other ones.
It makes you more well-rounded when you're able to work on everything, and and then you will know what you'll like to do, right? If you work
Exactly.
on everything, basically,
So
which I think is good. Tristan, what about you?
I'm with Brady. Like I want to check off like everything.
yeah.
I also like I mean like I wouldn't mind doing like a drama. I really love dramas where you see character development. I love films like that, and I love seeing characters like that. Comedy, that just seems like so fun to film. Like filming a comedy,
Big timing.
yeah, that and action movies and shoot, even a rom-com. I heard those are coming back. I feel like that would be fun to film. So yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you guys on checking off the box, but I'd say sort of Tristan was saying about like character development and like I guess going through like a TV series, like really like learning about your character because you have so many seasons, like you really like make the character like so real, like so like something totally different from you. For
Mhm.
sure, comedy, like learning about more like comedic timing and stuff, which is something I've been like working on. Uh,
Mhm.
and then yeah, action movies, Tom Cruise, James Bond, all that stuff. All that stuff is so much fun. So yeah, I want to check off all the boxes for sure.
Have you guys you've seen Top Gun Maverick? You'll see that one.
Of course,
I have not yet. I haven't.
Tristan, dude. You do.
Can you imagine if I almost said for a second, I'm assuming everyone's seen Top Gun, and I would have came off like not a nice person because then Tristan would have been like, thanks, guys.
I
Jeez,
have
dude.
not. I really want to, dude. I haven't had the time. It's been a while since I've been to the movies.
No, I
Whoa.
understand that for sure. I get that.
Oh, 100%. No, absolutely. The pandemic, there's still a lot of people I've talked to that still haven't went back to see a movie in the
Mhm.
theaters,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's understanding. Um, have you been watching a lot of horror movies though? Like Brady, I remember we were talking in our interview about like how I do one like every night, and sometimes I get pretty crazy, and I'll do two a night, right? So,
Right.
yeah. Have you guys been doing any horror movies, like watching some at all, or?
I remember in my area where I live, they are bringing back some classic movies back to the theaters.
Nice.
So they put Jaws back. They put it in 3D as well. They brought back The Blob. They're bringing back Dawn of the Dead. So I'm definitely gonna go see those in theaters because those are movies that I wanted to experience like they did back in the 70s, 80s.
Mhm.
But other than that, anything that's on TV, I'll watch it.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your movie for tonight?
For tonight, dude, I got a school project that I have to do tonight. Nothing for
What for tonight? Because you were saying like one or two a night.
oh,
I mean, I feel like it's been a mix of like, it's a good opportunity. The reason why I also do two a night is because I watch some that I've already seen before, but I also want to watch ones I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
And I'll usually put the first one on, like the one I haven't seen before first, and then the double header is one that maybe I think is a bit similar or reminded me of something. Sorry, my feed cut out for a second. I didn't realize that you were asking me a question.
Oh, all good.
We'll get back. Okay, we're gonna do the thing right now that I do in a lot of my Instagram lives, which I think is pretty cool. Guys, this is called the global waterfall. So if you can check out the comments, everyone now is gonna basically say where they're from, like country wise, and you're gonna see it's gonna be crazy because you're gonna see so many different flags,
Oh,
so
wow.
many countries are all like across all these different time zones. Like
See a
it's
lot of
pretty crazy.
A lot of Brazil,
UK,
Yeah.
UK.
Brazil,
Yeah,
Argentina.
you know there is. Tristan for
Brazil.
Yeah, the president, dude. I love that when they were talking about that in person. That was
Yeah.
so funny. I love that.
Oh my gosh.
When you, because
Mexico.
you guys have done the Instagram lives here and there. Are you getting used to now, like do like multitasking and like do it like engaging with the person you're on, but also like try to look at the comments? Sometimes it's impossible because they just keep like.
I mean, I think I need to do one soon because it's been a hot minute since I've done my last one. But when we were pretty hot with them, almost like every other night, I think we definitely learned that talent pretty well.
We got Italy, Portugal, Estonia.
Yeah, those are.
That's awesome. It's just like a nonstop. I mean, we've
No, it's
had.
easy seeing them all.
It
Dude,
is.
the
It's crazy.
Brazil is such a big part of our fan base.
You have a huge part in Brazil.
I know, that's crazy.
Crazy.
I've seen Brazil.
There's a few. There's a lot of this like similar questions coming in. I think this is a good one because I kind of want to. I want to add to what you were saying about being kind of well-rounded. I think this is a good one. Specifically with acting, what inspired you guys to become an actor? I think that's pretty good. I think you have an opportunity because there's a lot of people watching this live right now that maybe want to act as well, and you can maybe see it as an opportunity to kind of pay it forward a little bit, maybe get some tips as well, or what kind of got you into it. Tristan, we'll start with you.
So what inspired me to be an actor was really just seeing the kids my age, just do their thing on TV, on Disney Channel and Nickelodeon and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I want to be like them. I don't know how I'll get on there, but I know for some reason when I thought about it, it felt so right. Me being on that screen, me acting. And yeah, I would say what inspired me was just seeing all the Disney stars on TV and stuff.
Absolutely. Jacob?
I'd say first when I saw saw the show School of Rock, like when I started first seeing Broadway shows, saw School of Rock, and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so much fun because I played music at the time. So the School of Rock, and then I was like, I want to try film and TV because just what you were saying, Tristan, like seeing kids our age on TV was something so cool. Like I was like, oh my gosh, that'd be
Absolutely.
So got an agent, got a manager, and then kicked it off from there, and now it's been a dream come true.
School of Rock is my favorite movie of all time, Jacob. I think you know that. I think we talked about that last time. But yeah, that's such a good one. I can watch that one over and over again. That one I probably watched in my. That's not a horror movie. That's probably one I watched the last couple of days. Brady, what about you? What inspired you specifically to get into acting?
Since a young age, I've always liked to entertain, whether it be if I'm 7 at my parents' dinner parties talking to adults constantly. That really is what pushed me into a big social life. So I knew there was something I wanted to do with that. Halloween was also one of my favorite times of the year because I got to dress up as something else and go portray that story and try to scare people, make people laugh. So over time, with Halloween being in my mind, like as early as January, and seeing kids my age, like on Stranger Things, do what I want to do 24/7, portray different stories. It was just something that I wanted to give a shot because I didn't know if I was going to like it. So I signed up with the studio. 6 years later, here we are. But if for anyone wanting to start acting and how to get into it, the easiest way to get into it is start training. That's really how you're going to start. If you want to do something, you're going to have to train and practice at it to become better. So that's my advice. Just train.
I think it's interesting too because, all three of you are focusing on acting, but it really is kind of what you said, Brady, storytelling. And a lot of people end up doing a lot of things. They'll act, they'll produce, they'll write something as well, they'll direct and everything. And I think that also for me, who also is interested in like filmmaking and everything, I think it just stems from wanting to make something, right? Do you agree with that a little bit? Like, I think that's where it kind of starts, right?
I think back on the topic of me talking about storytelling is you can tell a story in front or behind a camera. You don't necessarily have to be doing the action. The director is taking the story and portraying it onto a camera. The writer is writing a story. The producer is spending his money into a story that he wants to show others. So I think a storyteller is beyond an actor. It's just the ability to do so.
For sure.
No, absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, well, with that being said, I mean, I think I'm putting you on a spot. Have you all thought about like writing, directing as well? Obviously, acting is something you're focusing on, but is that something that you're thinking about, Tristan?
Yeah, so I mean, you hear, the stories about Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, how they got their big break there. They wrote, they directed their own film, and they acted in it, in Good Will Hunting. And so that's how they made their own luck. They made their own success. And that really inspired me as an actor to, I have to make my own luck. I can't just rely on the luck of other people, depending on if they have a good day or not to give me a role. I have to go out there and I have to make something of myself and do that. So I'm definitely interested and I try and write and hopefully one day I'll get to the point where I can direct something, and that would be awesome to do.
It's such a crazy feeling too. And Jacob, I think we talked about this a little bit on my interview as well, but just like kind of you said, like being on set, just kind of seeing everything, seeing the team kind of involved is just an inspiring thing. Because like I remember I actually co-wrote and produced a short horror movie in May, basically, and it was just crazy just seeing all the moving parts. I feel like that was just kind of inspiring. Jacob, you were talking about just seeing everyone and everything
come together, like the vision that Scott has for stuff, just like watching him put it together is so cool. And something that's always interests me is like I guess obviously behind the camera and like the production part of it, like Blumhouse, like makes such a successful production company. That's always something that's interests me, because I always have visions for like movies in my head, which I should write down, which I don't. I should write them down.
Yeah, it's so crazy. There's always I feel too like with like, so what I guess it depends, because you all probably had different kind of rap. Like, did you all rap around the same time for the Black Phone, would you say?
Right, we rapped on this.
So I was out a week or two before you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They had me in fast. I worked like every day, and then I was out in like a month.
Yeah.
So sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's pretty like random. Like we'd come here for a week, then we'd like have a week break, then come back when we're all together, and then
Yeah.
Because I find too it depends, but it's like I can't even imagine what like kind of the mindset is when you rap, right? Is it just kind of like, oh, like this was insane, I need to kind of soak this all in, or is it kind of like, all right, let's go, what's the next project? I guess it will depend on the project, right?
It was, especially with us and the bond of the cast that we had together. It was, for me, it was really emotional, because Jacob, Tristan, Mikey, Banks, we would all hang out almost every day. So being with these people that you would consider your family, and then it's just gone one day. It's so heavy. It's heavy to wrap your mind around. I went home, and then instead of, saying, oh, tomorrow I'm going to go hang out with the beach with the guys again, it's kind of like, you don't know when the next time you're going to see them. It's pretty difficult, but, as you see, we find ways to get back together.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm trying to look for questions here, but there's a lot of Tristan for presidents and in here. It's not even a question. It just says Tristan for president.
Just to state.
But yeah, back to that rapping question.
Yeah.
Man, when you because you have to consider this is also a lot of our first major
Yeah.
film production movie, and you get to share that with people your age, people you can relate to. So back to what Brady said too, you hang out every day and you get to meet all these other amazing actors, and then you rap and it's just like,
Normal life.
dang.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even bittersweet. Like it wasn't even bittersweet. It was just straight like, dang, I can't believe it ended. Like this
Yeah.
was so, yeah.
Because everything went quick, like we were filming. Like I think we were out there for like a month, and it felt like a couple days. Because
I know.
we didn't hang out. We didn't hang out for a whole month because like some of our stuff was like separate, but it was like so much fun when we were all together, like going to the beach, like you said, and like just hanging out at night in the hotel, and then you're done, and it's like back to life. It was
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on that, I was just in Wilmington for soccer playoffs, and so while I was there, I had to go to school before. Whereas my mom just woke up and went to Wilmington. She was sending me pictures of all the places that she was. Like she was back at the place where I would go get breakfast every morning.
Oh
She
yeah.
Pictures of some of the restaurants we all ate at, like the Louisiana Kitchen. It's just things like that where you just it's just good to soak in that moment and just be like, good times.
Yeah.
It's crazy to also see all the content from the Black Phone fans, and it's also crazy to see that it's not even like next it's not, it hasn't even been Halloween yet.
Yeah.
Is that like, that's probably the craziest part about it, right? Like what's next weekend gonna be like?
Yeah, 'cause we did.
And then we haven't even started the phase of Black Phone going on TV and the TV versions. It's still Black Phone's still in theaters around where I am. It's crazy.
And I believe it is streaming also on Peacock as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's streaming. You can buy it online now, but the fact that it's still in theaters as a horror movie is crazy. And
Well,
then,
I think, yeah, absolutely. No, like, you can still see it in theaters too, but I think the TV thing, what you were saying too, right, Brady?
yeah, because Halloween hasn't even started. So if it goes on TV, there's going to be a whole nother spark of the movie again, which I think was
Yeah.
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 It's crazy. Jacob, I think when we did our interview, it came out Blu-ray and DVD and digital like that day, I'm pretty sure, right?
Or like the next day, yeah.
Yeah, it was like pretty, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because it was cool, because it was like there was two kind of, I think, big kind of waves of it. It obviously went to the theaters, and then a lot of people were able also to watch it at home as well when it went to Blu-ray and digital too. So I feel like there were two kind of big waves, but yeah, no, it's pretty crazy right now. We'll get to a few other questions here, and then I think we'll wrap it up. I think 40, 45 minutes is a good time. Again, thank you guys for doing this, by the way. I know you're all busy. I know there's a lot happening, but I really appreciate it. And there's some fun moments from our popternative interviews as well. Those were some good interviews. So thank you for those as well.
Of course, it's good memories to have,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Those are available on our Popternatives YouTube channel if people have not seen them yet. I feel like there's a chance they've seen them. But oh man, there's so many Tristan for presidents. Say that. Okay, someone asked favorite candy or chocolate bar.
Ooh.
Twix. I like Twix.
Twix was a good one.
Man,
Twix.
one is difficult.
Almond Joy.
Almond Joy. That's a good one.
I think, yeah, Almond Joy.
Let me think. I'm a big Crunch Bar type of guy.
Oh.
I know.
Are you not gonna go, like, are you not a fan of Almond Joys?
No,
Brady?
Oh,
What?
dude.
Dude.
But
I think a movement right now. I think a movement has started right now where everyone's gonna tag Brady in memes about Almond Joys. And this is
Yeah,
gonna be a
I
thing
know.
now.
or the Jolly Ranchers too.
Which one, Jacob?
The Jolly Ranchers. Which one, Brady?
Yeah.
Dude, That I don't understand the
Blue
thing.
Jolly Ranchers.
That I didn't
Oh
like.
my.
Everyone just started tagging me and how they like green apple. I'm just like, well, it's a
I'm starting to see the Alvin Joey comments coming now.
it'll be on TikTok later today. Give it an hour.
Someone was saying, I love Alvin Joey.
Give it a minute.
Sorry, but when I go to a grocery store, almond joy isn't on my mind. I'm normally going down Sour Patch Kids, down
Ooh, yes, watermelon sour patch. Those are
Have you
good.
ever had the Starburst gummies?
Yes,
Yeah,
Those are pretty good.
I love
yeah,
those.
those are pretty good. Yeah.
Those are really good. I like the Starburst. I'm also the Crunch Bar. You talking about the blue one, right? Like the blue with like the Rice Krispies almost.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a very good one. I agree.
For
That's
sure.
good. But I think I'm Jacob. I think Team Twix all the way. To be honest
Yeah.
with you, I think
Twix.
that.
Kit Kat. I don't know, like the basic chocolate bars, I guess.
That's a top two.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. We'll go with one more question, and then I think we'll wrap it up.
North or South Korea? I can't. Dang.
What?
Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so this one I think we have to end with this one. Favorite horror movie?
That's good.
Yeah.
Really, like because I know. Remember in the haunted house, how she was explaining to how like Blumhouse does like a sort of like a funny horror movie, and then like a serious one, like I guess the Black Phone. I really liked when they did Happy Death Day. Those were so cool. Like they kill and then they come back to life and they live it again. I thought that was so interesting.
Yep.
For that, like for those kinds of movies, those are good.
Yeah. Tristan?
I think.
I don't know. I'm not a big horror movie guy. I don't. Trying to think. I don't know. I don't know if I can say like, oh, I have a favorite, because I don't know. But I'm not gonna say the Black Phone because I mean I could say the Black Phone.
You could definitely just say the Black Phone.
I could say the Black Phone, but then it'd be like, oh, it's just my longest favorite movie is his own movie. What the?
I did Instagram lives with the cat. I did Instagram lives last summer with the Fear Street movies on Netflix. Remember those movies?
Yeah.
And those questions came coming up, and they were just like Fear Street, Fear
Yeah.
Street, Fear Street. Like no one would say anything else. So you could do that. Brady, what about you?
Man, I like Lugosi's classic Dracula. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, you like the classics.
I'm
you
a
do.
big class. I was so excited on Halloween Horror Nights because they had an entire maze dedicated to the classics. And I was so stoked because we got to see like the original Mummy, Lugosi's Vampire. We got to see the Mummy. That was really cool. I like Clockwork Orange. That's a good one. But I think the best one ever made was Halloween, the first one, John Carpenter. That's probably my favorite. I watch that every year.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yeah.
There's a movie that I'm going to recommend to all three of you and to everyone watching. Not to be confused with the movie that just came out from Screen Gems about the brides of Dracula. This movie is called The Invitation, but this is 2015 with Logan Marshall Green. This is not the one that just came out with Natalie Emmanuel. That one's good too, but it's very confusing because there's two horror movies now called The Invitation. But the one from 2015 is basically Dinner Party Gone Wrong. It's called The Invitation. It's from 2015. It's got Logan Marshall Green. You should check this movie out. It is pretty crazy, and it's very psychological. And
wait. Parasite. I really like the Parasite. It's not necessarily. It's more of a psychological.
It's got horror. That's a tough movie to talk about too because that's such a good one going in fresh. So I never like talking about it much because it's so good. But that's got that has elements where it kind of can't count as horror for sure. I would say
it's definitely psychological, but I like the.
But did you watch that movie, Tristan? Let me ask you this: did you go into that movie like me, where I knew like nothing about it?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I
knew
knew like,
nothing, and I was like, "This
yeah,
is the most craziest, amazing thing I've ever seen."
I know.
Exactly.
I was like,
Yeah, I heard a lot of people said it was good. They just like didn't like the caption part, but I was like, I heard a lot of good things about that movie. Just never saw
But like subtitles are the way to go. If you're able to do subtitles, you are able to watch so many amazing
it. True.
things from all around the world. It is so crazy to
mm,
see. There's the dub version as well, but I always recommend people
yeah,
watching it in the language it was filmed in, if
right.
they're able to do the subtitles. But I think we're gonna wrap up this Instagram live. Brady, Tristan, Jacob, it was great catching up. Thank you
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
for
thank you.
doing
Yeah,
this.
thanks
No,
for having us.
this was a lot of fun. I was gonna tell you guys a joke about construction, but you'll have to wait till the next Instagram live because I'm still working on it, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yep, as you said about construction, I knew it. I knew it. I'm a big fan of dad jokes. I love dad jokes.
Brady, did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Amazing food, zero atmosphere.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
Or when you worked at that shoe factory, you quit because it was soul destroying.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're
you know
quick.
the shovel. The shovel is a groundbreaking invention. And you shouldn't trust.
Alright.
Never trust stairs. Don't trust the stairs because they're always up to something.
They are. True.
Alright.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I'll leave it. I'll leave it there. But very quick, anything you guys want to say? Anything you want to plug quickly? Your Instagrams or anything that people could check out specifically? Tristan, anything?
Thank you guys for your support, and Universal was so much fun, and thank you for everyone who got to make it and whoever we got to saw. Thank you guys, or see, sorry. Thank you guys for coming out. It was
Agreed. What Jacob said. Yeah.
I mean, yep, I can't plug anything yet. I haven't had the go. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming out to Halloween Horror Nights or joining lives at Halloween Nights and outside of that. Thank you guys for being on here. So yeah, we'll keep you updated with future projects.
100%.
Yeah. I think everyone's waiting to see what the next projects are. There's been some like teasers here and there, and people are like, "What is it?"
We're close. We're this close. Couple months.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jacob, you were just in an episode of something, right?
Yeah, I did an episode of New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam, yeah, Tyler Lubin. Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I knew the name, and I was like, oh man, I was hoping you'd be quick to say it. I knew it was New Amsterdam, but I forgot it for a second. No, that's awesome. Awesome. Thank you all. Thanks to everyone that tuned in. The replay of this Instagram live will be on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/popternative either tonight or tomorrow morning. So check it out there. It might be on our Instagram for a little bit, but it's going to be mainly on the YouTube channel. You can check out my interviews as well. My first interviews with Brady, Jacob, and Tristan at youtube.com/popternative. And subscribe if you want to be there. And thank you for tuning in for this live, everyone. Have a great and safe Halloween as well. And all the best to all three of you as well. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. See ya.
See you guys. Bye.
See you guys.